very stable geniuses to very unstable geniuses and shades in between. It's become a very macho, very in your face, more irreverent time, more difficult time, and more all trampling I am, greater the leader I am. So the brand of leadership is really sometimes very scary today. So please tell us about what is a leader, what is the required quality to be a leader.
Well, I'll try to say that, but I don't. I never felt that I'm a leader myself. I more felt that I'm a loner. I do my own
Really?
thing. Yeah, I do my own thing because people always question what I do. I mean, it's not a very normal thing. People don't hesitate to say that sometimes these look like crazy things that I do and crazy things that I say. So
You said you feel like a loner.
Loner, yeah.
But is it often said saying that leadership is often a lonely task?
Maybe then you are again trying to bring it back to me to put that leadership hat on top of me. But I felt that I'm a loner, and I don't mind that because what I do, I enjoy doing it, whether people like it or people critical about it. I do it because I like it, and I thought it's the right thing to do, and I don't hesitate that. So if you can pull back and say that what would be the leadership quality, I would say if you say this is a leadership quality, maybe it's a leadership quality is to defy things and move on to the direction that he or she feels that this is the direction one should be. So that could be an element into that. Because if you're just reflecting what the mass is telling you, you are only doing probably half the work or not doing the right work because you are not only reflecting what the mass is telling, also you go beyond that. You create the mass yourself. That this is the right path to take. Even they are hesitating, they are critical, they are violent against what you said, but you stick to your gun and say this is the way it has to be done. And if you can get through, and if you can persuade the masses and the people behind you, then you are the true leader because you have impacted in them, changing their views. Following their views is not a leadership. It's a kind of carrying on the same thing. Leadership is about changing. Leadership is about crossing barriers, crossing the rivers along the way. That's the leadership. So leadership is a qualitative thing. It's not just a continuity of the same thing. And that becomes today more and more important to me, in my way of thinking. It takes more and more time because things are changing so fast right now. If you even do a marginal change, you are not changing enough. You have to take a big jump, quantum leap, because it's a kind of exponential changes taking place every moment, and it's getting speedier and speedier. If you're not thinking ahead sharply, you get caught. Even if you're a slow-moving jump or a slow distance jump, you are not getting there. So I would say leadership quality today needs much more ability to see forward what's coming, strategic thinking in that way. That's the most important thing to do. One of the issues that I've been raising recently, and it's a whole issue right now to me, is whether human beings will ever at all survive for another century. Because all the things that are happening today, and we're not paying any attention whatsoever. And in the process,
that's a serious statement coming from an optimist like you.
Yes,
you have always been known to be an incorrigible optimist.
Absolutely.
Now you are giving alarm bell
Yes.
of a very unusual kind. So please tell us more about that.
Yes, I do that. Some part of it I mentioned in the book, but the other part came after the book is written. The one that I mentioned in the book, what I feel that it's a danger path that we are following, is following the capitalist path that we have been told. I said it's creating a whole path of wealth concentration. Huge amount of wealth is getting concentrated on the top every day.
Yep.
Even today there was a news in the television that 1% of the richest people in India hold 73% of the wealth of the entire nation. Just today's news. In the book I mentioned that 8 people, which is last year's Davos kind of announcement from Oxfam, 8 people in the whole world own more wealth than the bottom 50% of the entire population. And the same Oxfam a few years back, about 4 years back, saying that 64 people in the world own more wealth than the bottom 50% of the population. So in 3 or 4 years, it came down to 8 people. And I'm still waiting for the Oxfam announcement this year. What is the number which will be owning the bottom half of the entire population, wealth of the bottom half? Probably 2, probably 3, probably 4, because definitely it will be less than 8. So it's happening in such a fast-moving way. My question is, soon it will be one person who will be owning more wealth than about 50%, and then we'll see 1% owning 70% of the wealth of the entire world. Is this what we talk about the economy? I said this is a mockery of the economy. This is not an economy.
Dr. Younus, I'm being very respectful, but I don't want you to go there yet. There'll be a portion where we'll talk about the book. The difficulty of engaging somebody like him is that you try to keep them in a certain trajectory, and it's almost so. Who wants to go first? And so I see two men. Can we see a young lady as well? Dr. Younus is very particular about. There you are. So the two of them now. Oh my God. So why don't actually you come up front so you get your photo up as well as you're asking the question. Come, 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 come. Youth must claim greatness. Come, come. So you have your microphone in the hand. Let all four of you come. Okay, so you get to ask the four questions. Come here, or maybe just walk up on the stage and quickly introduce yourself. 2 sentences about what you do, and then the question. Is that a good idea? Where did they vanish? This is the virtual generation. There you are. Okay, so please introduce yourself. Say hello to Dr. Younus, and let's have the question.
Good evening, sir, and welcome to the City of Joy, Calcutta. Second thing I want to say from this stage, he looks as smart in the white hairs. And so
what's your name?
No need to dye it up. Second, my name is Ankit, and I'm from here only. But I am staying just for you for this literary mate. I just not went back to Delhi.
Question.
Sir, the question is for you is this. Sir, you are the finest epitome example of a peace prize winner and one who is a father of microeconomics. I can say that, and a inventor of Grameen Bank. Sir, being a boy from the middle class, I want to ask you one question. That, sir, these days money, economy is prevailing more over the peace in the middle class houses. So, what do you think? How, sir? My point is that what do you prefer more, economy or the peace in the house? So that's my question.
So money or happiness?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So go sit next to him. Give the microphone back. Good. And what do you say your name is?
Ankit.
Ankit. Sir, Ankit wants to know middle class families.
Yes, I would say the money is the means. You're looking for the happiness. So whichever way you get the happiness, that's what you should get it. So the money is only a means. If it doesn't take you to the happiness, that's not your route. You find something else. And the one usual statement that I make, I can say it right now. I said, making money is a happiness. Making other people happy is a super happiness.
Very
so
nice.
You can figure it out.
Very nice.
Which way you want to go. Thank you.
Be there, be there, be there. Okay. You're looking good.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
My name is Malini Chakraborty. I'm a media student and I want to be a filmmaker. I want to be a storyteller. And you inspire me a lot. My question to you, sir, would be we are growing up in a world where world leaders are confidently ignorant, stable geniuses. And they think the global warming, which I personally believe is the biggest war ahead of us, more important than oil or money or the economy. Just my perspective. So I believe a world leader who thinks that the global warming is like a hoax propagated by the Chinese, when you see such people in power, how, as a person who wants to make a change, how do you start?
Well, first of all, you already said that they are not your leaders. They may get into position of power and so on, but definitely they don't represent the young generation that the world has. Young generation are the leaders by themselves. They don't have to follow somebody from previous generation. They will not take us, whether they are in the USA, whether they're in India, whether in Bangladesh, doesn't matter. Simply young generation have to create their own leadership, have to create their own world. And they are the only one who can create their own world. Nobody else can do that. So you have to take charge of yourself and charge of the world itself. So don't listen to them and stay on course what you want and get it done, and it will be done if you make up your mind. Making up the mind is the most important thing to do. Once you do that, it will happen.
Okay, so you get a hug from him. Go for all the nice. Come here. He said, "Get your place under the sun." Oh my God! Look at this girl blushing. Very nice. Okay, so you get to ask your question after I ask. So you can sit. We are cool, yeah. So, sir, 2 decades ago, you can still be there. 2 decades ago, I heard you speak for the first time. It was a very very uplifting experience for me. When you said this was in your visit to Bangalore, you were just about asking your own people in Grameen Bank to take lending to the next level, and you exhorted them to say you have to lend to beggars. And I remember your words. You had said that the poor do not need your money, they need your respect. Can you please tell us a little bit about that?
We created the bank, Grameen Bank, to bring financial services to the poorest people. And we're doing that. We feel very happy. Thousands and millions of them are receiving it. Then I started raising the question, are we really going to the poorest people? Who are the poorest people? So I said, well, best definition of a poorest person is a beggar. He or she doesn't have anything. She's on the street for the meal so that she can have enough, so that she can feed herself, feed her family. So I said, are we reaching the beggars? And of course, we are not. And initially, we did carefully taken some beggars, but we forgot all about it. We got into people who already have a house, who has some meal or something, but not the beggars. So I said, let's focus on beggars now. And the entire staff said, it's not going to work. I said, well, it should work. This is our job to make it work. We figured it out. So after lots of debate, since they were very reluctant to start it because they thought this would be such a mess, then I'll blame them for the mess. So I said, okay, I'll make it a voluntary thing. I need at least 50 volunteers out of thousands of staff that we have. Just give me 50